Crime is a show where I, Rich Slaton, read a true story about lawbreakers.
With his ghost, Jonathan Shefsky, soon to be knighted.
You're a ghost?
No. Did I say ghost?
You said ghost.
Oh, that's creepy.
I think you're a ghost.
I'm dead. That's the end. That's the twist to the end of this podcast.
You've been dead the entire
It's just
time?
you. Yeah, I'm your Tyler Durden, Bruce Willis.
Yeah, but like the people who listen, they just hear me going, yeah. Then this guy goes, and then whack-a-dack-a-dacka.
Yeah, and then they hear you go, oh, God, this co-host is an asshole.
What a
and they're
piece
like,
of
what co-host?
What a piece of shit.
Okay, let's start the show.
Play the music. Is the show that starts now.
Oh, like right now?
Oh, yeah, do your line.
Oh, okay. Each week, Rich reads a real crime story. I don't know a word that rhymes with story.
And my homie John always has the hot riff. He really loves it when you send...
Don't send anything
them
to me. Don't you dare.
crimepodcast@gmail.com.
Don't you send
Label
anything.
it John Shefsky. He loves them. Make sure the lighting's really good. Thank you for listening to Crime. You people are the best people on the planet.
Get off your knees, Rich.
What do you mean, get off my knees? I'm just saying thank you to our loyal listeners.
I think you're trying to suck our loyal listeners' dicks.
I mean, yeah,
he's
obviously.
We haven't. No one's even said anything, and you said thank you guys for listening. But what if they're not planning on listening?
We've had so many episodes where I haven't thanked them yet, and now I want to offer my gratitude up front for them listening. Also for them going to our Patreon page, where for $2 a month you can get all the bonus episodes.
At first, I was going to compliment you on being so humble, but then I'm like, you slick fuck.
Yeah, that's how I turned that corner, bitch.
That's right. And I apologize, and I wanted to say thank you as well. Thank you guys so much. Our Patreon is, you'll see the link.
It's pretty rad. You can get all the bonus stuff, extra backstory type things, and little stories from our guests.
Pictures of dicks.
Yeah. Well, no, we don't sell those.
We're going to start.
We are?
When I open up the mailbox.
That's the highest level?
Fall out. Yeah.
I'm in.
Rell is our guest.
Yeah.
I was going to start talking, and then we haven't even introduced our guest.
Our guest, longtime friend of both of ours.
One of my dear friends.
Bad motherfucker.
I'm all right.
Currently,
But he's good.
you can see him on television now. He's now going to be a big time TV dude.
Number 8 on the call sheet.
Yeah.
That's more numbers than I got.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Rell Battle.
Thank you. I deserve that.
Oh, dude.
I do. You know, I very rarely do podcasts. When I say very rarely, I mean pretty much anybody who asks me. And
Wow, we feel really special.
I am excited to be with my homies.
We just wanted to get you
yeah.
before you're number 5 on the call sheet, and we
Yeah,
can't
like,
you don't
yeah.
turn our calls anymore.
Yeah, bro.
So
Season 7, bro. You better get me now.
that's what we're going for.
That'd be crazy if we can't reach Rell. Like I text him, and then I have to. The number goes to like an assistant, and then she doesn't let me talk to you.
You're like the only person I answer for, though.
Oh, he's so because I'm old fashioned and I call. Still.
You call. You're the only person who calls. So
I feel like an old man. Everybody harasses me about that.
You
like,
enjoy saying my mom. Only people who calls.
I don't understand how everyone doesn't enjoy calling. Like
Nobody calls but
when I
you.
think of you, I go like, I want to hear your voice and communicate.
But
I'm not
I
like I want to
answer.
type a correspondence to that person. Like I don't know.
I answer though for you.
Yeah,
I'm just upset you haven't answered all of my you up texts. That's been really frustrating.
I apologize.
Just
Rich.
leaving me tilting in the wind.
Here goes Slaton with his gay stuff.
Elizabeth Bigley.
That's right. She better have some titties.
Yeah.
Oh, Rell, just so you know, this is a very sexist podcast.
I've noticed.
We have female listeners,
I know.
but only females with a sense of humor.
Comedian Rell Battle was kicked off with Superior Donuts on CBS.
Could that happen from a podcast? Like, it's a comedy podcast.
No.
That'd be crazy.
My mom likes the show.
That's right. And if she
Despite-
doesn't, sorry, Mom.
All of our ridiculous. Yeah, sorry, Mom. Elizabeth Bigley was born on October 10th, 1857 in Eastwood, Ontario, Canada. Betty, as she was known, was the 5th of 8 children born to Dan and Annie Bigley.
So we're calling,
Betty Bigley.
So we're calling Elizabeth Betty.
Betty.
What's her name now?
Just for our audience to know.
So
we're changing up her
and
name.
you know what? She's
'Cause
Betty.
you love
She's
to
Betty the
change it.
whole way through.
The whole way through?
The
Okay,
whole way
good.
through. She's going to be Betty.
So
even
all
when
of us
she's
can
not
follow
Betty,
along.
she's
Okay.
Betty.
She's
Okay,
Betty.
good.
Yeah.
So we can follow along.
There you go.
I'm looking out for you, audience members.
Wait, this is Canada?
Well, she was from Canada.
She was from Canada.
This is a crime story.
This is a story from Canada. We've done stories from all over the world.
There's no crime in Canada. What year is this?
Well, she comes to the U.S. eventually. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's
All
a
right.
crime to assume
1857 in
there's no
Canada.
crime there.
Ooh.
There's a lot of suffering in Canada.
The Bigleys were homesteaders living on a rural farm.
What does that mean? Homesteaders.
A homesteading was when
They didn't have any jobs. They just hung out
no the government would
Instead-
give you
instead of
land.
homes.
instead of doing other stuff. Like I'm a homestead. Instead of what?
Instead of
like
farming,
going out, yeah.
instead of farming, I'm gonna stay at home.
Yeah, they had like an 1800s PlayStation out of wood.
You heard homeschool?
We just chill out. Yeah.
It's homesteading.
I'm homestead. It's like school. You don't learn as much. It's great.
Let's go study at home. How about
Dad,
that?
can we play Pong? Okay, get the boards and you just have two kids moving
the
boards
boards.
up and down.
Oh yeah. I wanted these boys to go to school, but I decided let's have them homestead.
They couldn't speak properly.
But seriously, what is a homestead? mean?
Homesteading is where the government would say, hey, if you go
I love the
farm and
beginning
work
of any
this
sentence
land
like that.
for a certain time period,
Yeah.
after a certain time period, you will own that land.
Do they still do that anywhere? Can we do that?
I don't know.
Is there any
But
place
I say
left?
let's just do
Yeah,
it.
it's called Airbnb. It's pretty much they pay you.
You stay at
to
Airbnb
open up your
long-
place. Own Airbnb a farm. Pretty much what they did.
While they were farmers, her father was often gone working as a section boss for the Grand Trunk Railway.
What? The Grand Funk Railway?
Yes,
huh?
the Grand Funk Railway.
That got a little close, didn't it?
As a child, Betty
trunky.
lost hearing in one ear, which led her to develop a speech impediment.
Really?
I like how carefully you said impediment because you were scared that you would
Yeah,
mess up
I was
the word
gonna
impediment.
set myself up.
Yeah. So she was a retard.
Well, I said,
Rell, I said we're sexist, not
That's what he was going to say.
whatever. You,
no, I'm just buzzing because I jammed that entire coffee before the show even started. So now I'm just like I'm trying to make sure
you're
I
shaky and tripped out.
don't.
right
Oh
now.
yeah,
You're tweaking,
just
bro.
trying to. I'm white knuckling this table right now. Just trying to
he
stay
is.
in it. Just
For
trying
those
to
of you
stay in
listening, he really is gripping the table. He's chipping into the wood.
it. We're gonna add video to this podcast. Never.
His fingernails are bleeding.
Her condition caused her to speak rarely, and she had trouble socializing with other children. She would sit for hours in an apparent trance, ignoring the world around her. On the rare occasions where she did speak, she was a frequent liar. She had no hobbies except for one, practicing her family members' signatures.
So this chick's got a speech impediment.
Mm-hmm.
She's just chilling out a lot.
She's
a
half deaf.
homesteader.
She's half deaf.
She's half deaf. So she can't hear which direction the sound is coming from,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
but she can hear it. And
She's a forger.
And that's her.
she's
and
spending her time being a con
She's a
artist.
child, and that's what she does for fun. She just practices other people's signatures.
And like lies and probably has fun like watching people fall for her lies.
yeah.
She's practicing sick. Does she want to get a career in comedy and be famous? I don't understand. Why would she practice?
Let's just say in entertainment.
Okay, that makes
She's
sense.
not
keep it
practicing her
open
own
for-
signature. She's practicing her
Her
other
others.
people's signatures.
Let's move on. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I have a good feeling about that.
Betty's criminal career began at the age of 13. Using her well-practiced penmanship, she wrote an official-looking letter stating that an uncle had passed away and left her a modest inheritance.
I like this chick.
The forgery was
Betty
good
Bigley.
enough. Yep, Betty Bigley. The forgery was good enough to fool a bank into issuing her checks, which would allow her to spend the money in advance.
What?
What 13-year-old knows how to get money out of
What's the equivalent to that in the 2017? That's what I want to know. How do you get away with something like
What
that?
genius is thinking about loans at 13?
That's imagine you're 13. You're like, I want to get that in that era. You're like, I want to get.
You know
that
what the
tractor.
equivalent is you make a Twitter account impersonating a celebrity who doesn't have one yet, and then you start getting stuff.
Okay, that makes
Do
sense.
people do that?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Man, I keep missing the boat on all these
Impersonating a celebrity.
opportunities.
That's a good point. You're right.
If people don't, I'm going to find out the one celebrity who doesn't have a Twitter account and start doing that.
Yeah, see, if nothing more, this show better get us some profit by
Mm-hmm.
teaching us how to be criminals.
Oh yeah.
right?
you know
What
who-
not to do.
And a 13-year-old would do that Twitter account. So that makes sense.
And we have the brains
Yeah.
of a 13-year-old.
true.
Hence, full circle.
I mean, if you add us together,
That's true.
yeah,
I don't think we could do it on our own.
I'm
But
7,
It's a good
right?
thing we're a team. For months, Betty wrote checks all over town. While the checks were real, the money was not. Within a few months, people caught on and Betty was arrested. But soon after the
at
courts
13,
released her to her parents due to her age. Her father assured the judge that she would never do it again.
that sounds like a good place to end right there.
Page 1 down.
Dun dun dun.
That's how this works.
But fortunately for our show, Papa was a Rolling Stone. Just 2 years later, the poorly supervised Betty again was arrested, this time for writing a bad check to the tune of $5,000.
Yeah, and in those days, how much is that worth?
And you knew I was going to do this.
I love it.
1872, adjusted for inflation, that $5,000 was the equivalent of $96,000.
A fucking 15-year-old
Jesus
doing that?
Christ.
That's badass.
Yeah.
Buy a Nissan Skyline with that
Yeah.
cash. Not in those days, though.
Jesus.
But like nowadays.
She just bought a guy named Nissan.
That's racist, but he probably helped build the railroad, so hats off.
Fair enough.
She wasn't that smart. You don't go to 5,000. You go like to 1,000.
No, but 5,000, I mean, I don't know. She's pretty good at this, as we're about to find out.
Jesus Christ.
This time she was acquitted on the basis of temporary insanity.
Oh, one of our favorite
Wow.
claims: temporary insanity. You can say that in prison or in
Yeah.
jail or whatever you call it, in court. He's insane for like just a certain amount of time.
For the
right
moment.
Right now, he's totally cool though. But at
See?
that ti- oh,
I'm just
see?
insane sometimes.
Crazy people don't write checks.
Unicorn.
That's why.
You know,
I know, right? Randomly.
just let me go. Because as you can see, I'm not always, on this planet that is Mars right now.
I rest my case.
Yeah.
It worked.
She next relocated to Toronto, but in 1979, she came up lucky when she received a letter from an attorney in a nearby town notifying her that a friendly philanthropist had recently passed.
Friendly philanthropist. Say that 25
Friendly
times.
philanthropist. Friendly philanthropist. Friendly philanthropist.
This is in 1879?
This is 1879.
Like, no one uses philanthropist anymore, right?
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
Just no one here at the Comedy Store uses philanthropist.
Oh, broke.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Okay. Well, Russell Simmons, he comes and works out here. He's a philanthropist, right?
So Betty gets lucky, gets a letter from a nearby attorney telling her that a friendly philanthropist... I can do it. A friendly philanthropist.
Huh?
You son of a bitch.
One more time? Do it for
Stop,
the Gipper.
Stop copying me.
Okay.
Had recently passed and left her an inheritance of $15,000.
What?
She immediately had calling cards printed which read, Miss Bigley, heiress to $15,000.
I want that card now. We have to write that. That's gonna be on our shirt. That's the shirt.
That's the new shirt.
Miss Bigley, heiress to $15,000. That'll go on the crime shirt.
Support us on Patreon, guys. Betty immediately began to spend money all over town. She would regularly enter a shop, pick out an expensive item, then write a check for more than the item's actual cost. The shop owners had no problem giving her the cash for the difference.
Sure.
Clearly, she was good for the money. After all, she had a card that said so. Except for one problem. There was no philanthropist and no money. There wasn't even an attorney. Betty had simply purchased some expensive stationery, invented a fake attorney, and written the letter to herself.
How old is she at this point?
It says 79. She was born in 57, I think. Is that what I said?
So like less than 50.
Yeah.
What's going on here is
She's like 22.
I've exposed my math ineptitude. But what's going on here that's so funny is that the society at that age in society, what am I saying?
So
at that
trusting.
time period was so fucking dumb that some tiny ass kid was like, can I just tell them that I have 15 grand?
Yeah.
And then does it, and it's like, holy fuck, that worked. These people are fucking
remember, you
idiots. I'm gonna keep doing it.
This is the Western time. This is Westerns, right? This is like
Late
the grid-
1800s.
Yeah, you can just walk into a bank, give me your shit, and go. Who's gonna stop you?
Yeah, I mean, the people with the other guns usually.
Yeah.
But they were around.
Aussie.
there.
But it took 40 minutes for the sheriff to get here.
True.
That's a good point. He's like, sorry, my horse had to have some
Unless it was
lunch.
the bank / jail.
And you can get shot 3 times and not die. They'll just saw whatever the fuck off.
That's disgusting, Ralph.
would.
We
You
don't
saw
talk
the
about
show?
gore like that on this show.
I saw True
I'm
West.
so sorry for those of you that are queasy at the thought
Yeah,
of people
seriously, those of
sawing off
you
their
who are
limbs.
hearing this violent talk.
Shut up and go on with your story, Richard. If that is your name.
It was, in essence, the same scam she ran at 13, but now on a grander scale. Betty was again arrested for passing bad checks and again exonerated because of her dubious mental state. By now, Canada was no longer a welcoming place for the young woman, so she packed her bags and headed to Cleveland, Ohio, where her sister Alice lived with her new husband. Betty assured the young couple that she would not be in imposition and that she planned to stay just long enough to get on her feet.
What does that mean?
What she didn't tell them was exactly how she planned to do that.
Get on her feet?
One day, she offered to babysit for the couple so they could take in a vaudeville show.
Oh, God.
While they were gone, Betty invited over a few guests who just happened to be representatives from various mortgage companies.
She mortgaged the baby?
Yeah. She,
What the fuck?
Wait, let's get there. Hold on.
This baby I value at about $300.
Oh, my God.
What's the interest rate on my baby?
That's so gross.
And she had 3 hours. Vaudeville shows were short. So she had like 3 hours to do that shit.
Her guests...
She made the baby dance. $5 a head, folks, if you want to see this baby dance.
Hello, my baby.
Hello, my baby.
Take the baby.
Hello, my
Next
baby.
Take the baby.
Yeah.
Please
Take my baby.
Please take my sister's baby. I'm not a natural babysitter. All right, you guys, it's $15,000 checks. All right, go on.
Her guests inspected the furniture, silverware, and art, giving Betty an estimated value. Using the items as collateral, they provided her numerous cash payments. Betty used the money to move out of her sister's house before the first notice of payment arrived.
Oh, what a sleazy bitch. Okay, well, I'm just glad that she didn't, pimp out the baby or anything.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
thought the baby was
Some of
dead.
these stories, Rel, get really weird. We're like,
Yeah.
wait, what the fuck? So I just want to make
Oh,
sure.
yeah, it just turns out that her whole scam is just selling babies.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
These people do that.
You know
Well,
what?
she's not bad as I thought she'd be. I'm not gonna lie.
I will try to find a good baby selling story for this show one
Yeah.
day, and try to find one that's. You have to find a not sad baby selling story.
They're out there.
There's not a not sad baby selling story. You sell a baby,
Well, if
I weep.
if it's
That's
long
the end of
enough-
story. Okay, I don't care
They
what.
all take place in Detroit.
Tell me it's a
right
horrible
now.
baby. Yeah. Oh god.
Well, tragedy plus time.
yeah, the baby's an asshole. I feel bad.
What if it's a baby from like 1738?
It's miserable. Even if I know the baby would already be dead by now, I still go back and relive that baby's life through some
You
weird...
care as much about a baby from 1738 as one from 2017?
No, not at all.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Right?
if you tell the story, yes, I do. It's all the same to me.
Fair enough. You live
but
it.
if I know the baby, then of course, like I'm going to be like, I know that baby, and so it's going to be more emotional. But any random baby that it's still
I disagree.
Yeah, we're on the same page, Rell. We're very much on the same page. John, you're off the show. Rell, you're in.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me. It was fun. Peace out. Fuck you, man. I ain't going anywhere. I'm gonna fucking handcuff myself to this fucking microphone.
Babies didn't matter in the 1800s, bro. What we got? What's
But
next?
Betty had learned
Rell
from
said,
her
"Move on."
previous... Yeah, Rell's doing my job now.
Yeah, you're fired.
End this riff.
You're fired. The show ends with just Rell running the podcast from here on out. Rell's like, all right, well,
Welcome
next
to
week.
welcome to crime. We focus only on Baltimore City, Maryland.
I was going to do a Baltimore one for you, but I didn't want you to potentially know the story already.
That's good because I'm from D.C., so it wouldn't matter. Rich is not doing his homework, John.
You just said Baltimore. I was going to do the general DC
I gave a
Baltimore
random
area.
city.
It's a regional feeling when
Okay.
people talk about an area. So I have to defend him when you say Baltimore. I'm like, well, Rell's from DC, so I mean,
That's
yeah,
like
he knows it.
That's like Long Beach and L.A.
Yeah, so if there was a story about a fucking crazy serial killer in Long Beach and you'd be like, I
Okay.
grew up in Los Feliz, you'd still probably know about it.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Now, if it was in Arizona,
you that.
if it was in Arizona, you'd be like, why would I know what's going on in Phoenix?
I'll give you that.
You know what? I know what's going on in Scottsdale. I know what's going on in Tucson. 3 examples. Move on with the story of Viking Jew.
I know nothing about Tempe. But Betty had learned
made
from
out of
her
soy.
previous scams, so when she rented her new place on the bottom floor of 149 Garden Street, she did so under a new name. Madame Lydia de Vere, as she called herself, was
Madame Lydia Bede.
Oh, you just caught her.
Madame bitch Lydia.
That's very,
That's
very...
what I would call her.
Really?
If we were going on a date.
Yeah?
You almost ready in there, Madame bitch Lydia?
Oh, Johnny, I love it when you flirt.
Yeah, well, I'm going to flirt some more when you get your big ass out here. You're taking forever to get dressed.
Oh, man, you really know how to please a woman.
Oh, my damn cunty. We're going out for dinner in 5 minutes and you're coming with me.
Now, don't use my pet name in front of people. Jeez.
Yes.
We have company.
Speaking of pets.
Cockface.
Welcome back to the riff that goes on too long.
Too long. Too long. We finally have a guest that's willing to call us out on our shit.
I don't know.
Rell's like, I'm going to stand up to these fucking assholes. Hey, John, good riff. Why don't you fucking cut?
And then Rell never be back on.
All this time, we've just needed a stern director. I had no idea.
The one day I actually riff.
That's what happens.
And
this
it
is
just-
why you need to go back into your riff turtle shell because you
Damn
fucking
it.
almost got us kicked off the air.
That was pretty good, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
No, no.
I just had nothing to say.
For those of you listening, Rich is crying. It's very authentic.
It's been really tough
All right, get
because
back
I
to
spent
your
so much
story.
time writing this story.
Madame
and
Rich.
people don't appreciate it.
Madame Slaton, get back to your story.
Madame Lydia de Vere, as she called herself, was a widowed clairvoyant.
I think it's Madam. That's why it's so weird. Right?
Madam.
Madame. Yeah. Oh, okay, wait, it is Madam. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Madame Lydia de Vere, as she called herself, was a widowed clairvoyant. She set up shop telling fortunes in her new neighborhood. In 1882, not long after opening her psychic business, Betty seduced a client, Dr. Wallace Springsteen, a physician and Civil War hero who had fought in 15 battles over just 2 years.
Jesus.
Bad motherfucker.
Can you imagine surviving that many? Like by like my 7th or 8th, I'd be like, dude, I'm not going into another fucking battle. It's so dangerous.
Do you ever get bored?
15?
Do you think it's ever at the point where you're like, yeah, I guess another battle, sure.
Yeah, because like the old days sucked, right? You're like I want to die for what I believe in. Because there's no air conditioning, like the water's all dirty, like everything sucks. So maybe I guess you do get bored. You're like, I'll just jump in front of a bullet, maybe.
Despite Betty's plain looks and awkward speech, Dr.
She had big old
Springsteen.
titties and knew how to move that ass. Oh, I thought I'd finish your sentence. Go on.
Yeah, that seemed. You're probably right.
Okay.
Dr. Springsteen was smitten. Some sources say he was captivated by her quiet tone and intense gaze. One newspaper.
So she knew how to fuck.
Despite the fact that she couldn't talk and she was deaf, somebody loved her. Like, what kind of horrible
Oh yeah,
statement?
dude. You ever dated a girl that doesn't speak English? You can still be like, we speak other languages. Like it's still. Come on, fellers.
One newspaper would eventually dub her, quote, the Lady of the Hypnotic Eye.
So she's in the newspaper.
Eventually, yes.
She's getting
Not yet.
popular.
Yeah, she's
Not
getting
yet.
popular. These people are like socialites.
Eventually this would happen. Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. It was either that or the story she told him of being next in line to inherit a large castle in Ireland.
So Betty's just like moving into a whole nother like.
Oh, yeah.
So she just goes from okay, that's great. She goes.
They
from crime
soon married before a justice of the peace.
Wow.
talking this doctor into some. Yeah, we're gonna be rich together. She's building relationships off of lies.
Yes.
The foundation is weak.
Oh, this is a quite a foundation she's building.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, go on.
Betty, now Lydia, wasted no time in her new union. Within days, she racked up large bills with local merchants. The Cleveland Plain Dealer, a local paper, ran a wedding announcement with a photo of the new couple. Her cover was blown, and within days, they were inundated with people looking to collect their debts,
Oh, shit.
including creditors, merchants, and her sister Alice.
So everybody's after her now. How old is she? Like 15, 16, 17?
No. She's in her mid-20s.
Okay, so now she's
right
pro.
now.
She's been doing this for
Oh,
20
yeah.
Everybody's looking for her.
Everybody's looking for her, and she was fine until the newspaper article, and then her sister, who she fucked over, was like, "That's my asshole sister."
How does fucking newspaper from Ohio reach?
That's all there is like, there's probably only...
Because they're all living in
that's
Cleveland.
true.
They're all living in Cleveland right
It's
now.
not like 6 channels.
It's not like that. Yeah, there's not even 6 channels. No.
Not like cable, Netflix. It's like one paper they all read.
They probably share some local stories too. Like,
So she like down the block.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
she could have been like good living like her her undercover life or whatever
For a
they
little
did,
while, but-
witness protection or whatever.
as you'll see, she's not very good at this.
She doesn't lay low well.
Because back then, getting from West Hollywood to Venice took like 7 days.
Yeah.
You know, so by
ri-
horse.
you risk-
3
like death
people
on the way
died on the
there.
way
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
of smallpox. Engines are coming. We can't go to Inglewood.
That's right. Well, I still fear Inglewood traveling because of the Indians, yes. the Native Americans.
11 days after their marriage, Dr. Springsteen filed for divorce.
Dr. Springsteen. Well, you know, Bruce.
Yeah, I thought you were going to do a boss something or other.
boss, yeah.
Despite the split, Springsteen honored her debts, losing everything, including his stethoscope.
Wow. He paid her. Damn. 11 days.
11 days.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's fucking yeah. I mean, you
That's
have
a
to
good
wonder.
dude.
You have to wonder though, like how like gullible and dumb he was to hook up with a chick at that point and be like, let's get married to some chick that turns out to be obviously like a full con artist, right?
Wow.
Well,
pay that.
she was inheriting a castle in Ireland and had a very strong gaze. So, I mean, that's what I look for on my Tinder profiles.
You're on Tinder. You're married.
Yeah, I'm just,
Gotcha.
No, I'm on
gonna
Tinder,
edit this part out.
but I only swipe.
Oh, we don't edit anything, and we force our wives to listen to it. We hold them by the back of their neck. Like, listen to who we really are.
I'm on Tinder, but I only swipe right on people who have intense eyes and own castles.
That makes sense.
You just
So
jack off.
I've
You use
never
Tinder for masturbation.
Yeah.
I could fucking date you and possibly fuck you, and then you swipe.
That's what I'm all about. Do you
Interesting.
castle? Swipe right. Mansion left. Get the fuck out of here.
No one
I don't
has
know
a
which
castle.
one's the good one. I don't know which one. I don't actually have. I don't know which one's good and which one's bad.
You want someone that lives in a tent so they're easy to move around.
That's
You
a
know
good
what I'm saying?
point.
You can travel. You don't want a castle.
Have van. Will fuck.
That's oh yeah, dude. Camping chicks.
Yeah.
Gotta stay warm.
There we go.
I live my life.
That's right.
Betty, on the other hand, hit the road to work on crafting her new identity, Madame Marie La Rosa, another clairvoyant.
That's a good biz.
Yeah.
She's like, you know what?
She left out what she didn't like. She kept what she liked. Perfect. Moved on. Renamed the script. Let's push it. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Stick to her craft.
She briefly bounced from town to town, running small scams, making up fortunes, and fine-tuning her new act. By the time she reached Erie, Pennsylvania, she was ready to return home. Rather than pay for a ticket herself, Betty told local citizens that she was the niece of venerated Civil War General William Sherman, then immediately faked a serious illness by forcing her gums to bleed.
Okay. You're gonna need to explain a little bit more about what happened there technically.
I don't know how she forced her gums to bleed.
You
I
can't
just
leave
know
us
that
with
she
that?
did that.
Did she chew sawdust? I mean, like you've got to give me something on this bleeding gum thing. I gotta use that.
I tried to find the technique, but all I know is that she told them that she was a famous, important general's niece, and then that they're like, "Oh, that's really cool." She's like, "Yeah, it's cool." "Oh, I'm sick now, bleedy mouth."
Yeah, she's like, I'm a famous general's niece. Like, that's wonderful, man. What can we do for you? I'm feeling very ill. See? And then she pulls her lips down. There's blood. Oh my dear.
That's almost exactly what happened.
Think of this time, you can just get away with doing stupid shit. Like today, people won't even stop you to drive. Like that's.
People don't have any empathy anyways.
This
today. You're
show
like, I'm
could-
dying. You're like,
But
well,
for reasons like
start a
this,
GoFundMe.
this is why. I'm gonna
This
have to-
show could be called "Getting Away with Stupid Shit" with all the things.
Yeah, I guess in hindsight, it's all like right in front of us. But if you're living it in the moment, it's hard to tell, right?
Yeah.
No, you see a bleeding person on the patio, we're walking away from that person. Who's helping unless they know him? If Boone Chakalaka is bleeding from his teeth like ass Boone.
What? You use Boone as the example? Of course we help Boone.
Yeah.
No, you're like,
Where else would I get my $2 t-shirts?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's what Boone is to you, a fucking t-shirt salesman? Move on with your story.
Yeah,
you
he's
fucking
a supplier
objectifier.
of my needs.
Boone's a human being, gosh darn it.
You might be right.
He is. And a beautiful one at that.
Not ones to stand by while the niece of a Union war hero was in trouble.
Just a little wacky, that's all.
A group of locals agreed to lend her the money to get back to Cleveland.
Oh, they're so sweet, helping out such a nice, wonderful clairvoyant.
Later, when they wrote...
Bitch, how do you know beforehand that you weren't going to have this problem if you're so clairvoyant? Couldn't have planned ahead, you fucking asshole? That's me, like, on the podium, like, but if you guys want to help her, I'm not going to fight that. I'll help too.
You just whip a brick at her head, knock her out. You're like, didn't see that coming, did you?
You fucking bitch. And they're like, he's sexist. Okay.
Later, when they wrote letters asking for the loan to be repaid, Betty sent replies claiming the poor girl died soon after returning to Cleveland.
Oh, Betty sent a reply by somebody else, basically?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's pretty
The letters
funny.
even included a touching eulogy about the fictitiously deceased.
She's a weed.
Wow, she was
she's
deep, dude.
She's a dark weed smoker. Like,
Yeah.
she schemes, and then she's like, it'd be funny. I'm gonna write a whole letter about her. Like, she's getting passionate.
She gave them her address. That's the funniest part about it. I'd have been like, yeah, stupid.
Yeah, gave the man...
Because she likes some of this, like, cat and mouse thing.
Maybe.
That's why she keeps doing stupid stuff.
I think
It's
she
like,
gets off on
It's
it.
the hunger, or gets off on it.
Is this my
It's probably a concise
girlfriend?
way to
Huh?
put it.
That's what we're talking about now? Interesting. She did that.
Betty set up shop in Cleveland as a psychic.
Don't listen to this if you are Rell Battle's girlfriend. This is not for you to listen to.
Betty set up shop in Cleveland again as a psychic under her Marie LaRosa identity. Much like before, it didn't take long for her to marry one of her clients, John R. Scott, a farmer from a nearby county. They had been married for 4 years.
Oh, shit.
This one held for a little while, which is kind of strange.
4 years?
Yeah. After 4 years of marriage, Betty grew bored, so she went to a lawyer, confessed to adultery, and filed for divorce.
Interesting. Did she commit adultery?
I don't know. I have no idea if she did or didn't.
Well, I'd like to know. I mean, describe it. What kind of positions did she do? With who? And like, what area was it in? You know what I'm saying?
And that's the least shadiest thing she's done.
This is the least shady.
a little adultery. You're like, oh, whew. I thought you were going to tell me you did something really bad.
Like, she didn't take his money, right? She just said, I don't want to be with you.
I don't think he had much money. He was a farmer.
He was a farmer.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what...
It was not. He turns out it was Monsanto. She
This
married
is like the
everyone
one-
on the board. The executives, everyone.
This is the one person she appears to have not scammed or fucked over, really, other than...
Interesting. So maybe she had a soft spot for him. She's
Might have
been
been.
for 4 years, but then she was like,
No, he
I
was
gotta
broke.
move on.
He was just poor. What are you going to take from him?
Yeah, but then she wouldn't. If you were a con artist and you hung out with someone that was fucking broke like that, you'd be like, all right, I'm gonna move on.
This is the
Right?
weird blip. 4 years with this farmer.
probably
dude.
liked him.
4 years. Yeah, she probably liked
She had
him.
a soft spot
Yeah.
for him.
Or he had... Or, I mean...
You were going to try to make a sex joke.
Yeah, I was.
You were. I
was.
saw it in your eye.
I couldn't
Or
make it...
or she
Yeah,
had
yeah.
a soft. Or he had a. What? He had a
you already
hard
had- you
spot
already
for
said that-
her.
yep.
Well, yeah.
So many things I couldn't get to.
You couldn't get to him.
Yeah.
We need a chalkboard for failed riffs, and then at the end of the episode, someone has to get a beating.
Yeah? Are you promising?
Huh?
You're going to beat me?
I'm not gonna beat
Off?
you. I don't need to. I was gonna say I don't want to wipe whatever comes out of you when you get beaten off of me.
She
That was
again
gross.
moved
Sorry,
back to
Mom.
Cleveland.
What the fuck is it about Cleveland?
It rocks.
Yeah,
obviously.
Dude, have you ever seen Drew Carey? They didn't even film it there yet. They had to claim it was from there
If
because
I
it's so
commit
good.
a crime in the city, I'm not going back to that city. OJ's not going back to Brentwood when he gets out.
Yeah,
What's
but
the
I
point?
remember at this time, like, being in the city, you're like, I'm 7 blocks over. I'm in a whole different universe
Oh,
now.
yeah, makes
right?
sense. It's 50 states, though, buddy. Well, 13 at the time, maybe.
I don't know how many at the time. More than 13.
Okay.
Because it's not 1776.
Wasn't it just like 13 then 50 or 13 to 49?
Yeah, that's how it went. It's jumped.
Before
just
Hawaii, it just jumped like 13 to 49, right?
Yeah,
and then
but
Hawaii came in.
There
later.
was no gradual move west that took 150 years.
Oh,
or
wow,
whatever.
he's condescending
none of
and
that.
sarcastic.
None of
No,
that
but it
happened.
wasn't like officially 13 and 27 and 28.
Yeah, there were some stops along the way. There's
Did you just
There's like a
scold-
whole bunch of.
Scolded me, bro.
He scolded. I think he scolded both of us because I was
I
silently
never-
here like I don't know what's going
As
on.
far as
How many
flags
states
were
are there?
concerned,
57?
though, it was 13. Then it was.
No, there's a bunch of American flags that went
There's
on.
a 27
There was like the circle one, and there was
Yeah,
a whole bunch of
it
different
evolved
ones.
a bunch.
Yeah.
I never seen a 25 star flag.
Yeah, have you seen the one with the circle? And it's got all the
that
stars
was
in it?
13 though. That was 13.
There's a
Might
few
have-
different
They might have been
ones.
different. Yeah, it might have been like start off. as
If my
13.
phone weren't glitching the fuck out, I would stop the podcast right now and show you guys
I've
all
never
the
seen
American
a
flags.
27 star flag. I never seen that before.
I mean,
Also, I know with the history class, so that has something to do with it.
I never tuned into a podcast where they argued about how many stars were on the old flag.
I'm a
Move on with the story, you fucking asshole.
I'm more patriotic than you,
Yeah.
John.
How many stars do you think that flag had? I mean, seriously, guys, we gotta look this up. It had a lot of stars, kid. Okay, move on. It had a lot of stars.
I'm sorry.
Back to the amazing city of Cleveland,
That's right. Hey, don't be
where she
condescending.
again
Those
opened
words have
up.
never been said.
I bet there's somewhere really cool in Cleveland.
Some dude right now like, fuck yeah,
Yeah.
Cleveland. I wasn't Mr. Cleveland.
Yeah, Slaton's going to get some emails from Cleveland. I happen to live in Cleveland, and I'm telling you, it's probably one day going to be pretty interesting.
Do they get podcasts in Cleveland?
Oh, that's so rude. It's not Utah. Go on with the story.
Fair enough. She again opened up the clairvoyant business and again married one of her clients.
Damn.
A businessman named C.L. Hoover.
Oh, yeah, the vacuum dude. The damn guy.
Both of those guys.
It's the same guy, right?
He made
Dams suck
He
a
made the
different
dam
way,
because he was tired of vacuuming up all the water.
Madame? Did he make Madame?
Yeah.
Hoover, Madame. It's the same guy.
This marriage was also
Where he got the
short-lived,
idea for the dam.
as Hoover passed away just 2 years later. But he did
From
give her
what?
2 things.
Chocolate poisoning?
I don't know how he died.
They don't say?
No, I don't think that like murdering her husbands is the rub in this one.
Well,
Then what are we building to, Slaton?
That's
Somebody's got to die.
Dude.
I'm just joking.
Dude.
I'm just teasing. If she just keeps stealing, I'll be happy. Go on.
First, he gave her 2 things. First, her only child, a boy named Emil, who after Hoover's death, she promptly sent to Canada to be raised by his grandparents.
Right away. She's like, and peace out, bitch. Wait.
Yep.
This is the child that she had with him? Like she birthed?
This is the only child
she
she
pushed
ever
this baby
birthed.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she still was like, I don't want it.
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
Second,
She must be hot as fuck. Come on,
second,
fellers.
Hoover left
You know
Betty.
she's fine.
Hoover left Betty her first real inheritance.
Oh, Hoover left Betty that real inheritance. Whoa, Hoover left Betty that real inheritance.
An estate worth around $50,000,
What?
the equivalent of $1.2 million today.
And she was like, I don't want it. Why? Because it's real. I don't like real inheritance.
I didn't have to earn it.
Yeah, I didn't earn it. They're like, strangely enough, this con artist has an interesting work ethic. Very interesting. Very impressive.
For the first time, she was finally actually rich. Betty's next few years were a whirlwind. After a brief stop in Buffalo, where she convinced people to invest in fake Chinese gold mines.
to be rich in Buffalo. Am I right? Oh, so much salt to kill the snow on the sidewalk. Never have a problem.
She then moved to Toledo, where she attempted a number of small scams. One day, she was the
Even
president.
though she was rich.
Yeah.
She loves scamming.
She loves to scam.
That is her like fucking slap shot.
She loves to hustle.
Well, the thing
Checks in
too,
the house.
she wasn't just she
Booyaka
didn't
shot.
just love scamming people.
Yeah.
She also spent money like Floyd Mayweather.
Okay,
Like,
so she inherited $1 million. It's like that's nothing. It's gonna be gone soon, anyways.
gone.
Okay, she's not like responsible.
Gone. Yeah.
Okay.
She's like a 22-year-old kid who gets his first deal
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just blows all
Blows
of it.
it.
I'm a Betty Con in a Betty world. She's just like running around with like all these horses and like, look at these pails of water. I can do whatever I want. I'm rich. I got drapes in my apartment or my house
In 1889, she
and hot
changed.
baths. Okay, I'm just trying to list off things. Just trying to improv
In
here.
1889, she changed tactics
just like you just did.
and tried her hand at identity theft.
Ooh.
She took on the name of Florida G. Blythe,
Bringing back those signatures, huh? Here we
Evolution,
go.
baby.
a wealthy Cleveland real estate mogul. This time, she found a patsy, an impressionable young client of her psychic business named Joseph Lamb.
Ooh.
She convinced Lamb to pay her $10,000 to act as his financial advisor, but the only service she ever provided him was having him cash forged checks on her behalf. By the way, the common theme here is that everyone goes to her psychic business, and then it's like, how did they get fooled into some weird scam when they went to a psychic? That seems like those two things wouldn't go together at all.
Well, I was thinking that's clear. It's just like if you're like a pastor too, where you're like, why do these pastors always turn out to be like shady? And you're like, because they're going to an area of people that are like, we are your sheep. Like they're already set up for like submission. Like,
Yeah.
here you go, do what you will. I trust you. I don't want to think on my own. And like psychic clients probably, not saying all of them. I don't want to offend our listeners, but there's probably a higher than average statistical amount of people
All
in
the
the
Christians
psychic.
just tuned off.
Well, yeah, I don't think we have very many Christian. I actually have several Christian friends that probably are listening to be good Christians. Like, I'm just going to support John's project, and now they're like, but John's a piece of shit. And he's the devil, so fuck that.
Yeah, but you're already dozens of episodes in, so we got you.
That's
Ha-ha,
right, dude.
fucker.
Yeah, you're going to let us finish tugging? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You don't want to leave yet. Trust me.
When the banks caught on, she and Joseph were both arrested. Joseph was acquitted by the jury based on the argument that he had been hypnotized.
Oh, yeah. You see his defense attorney, Your Honor, my client, Mr. Lamb, turns out is actually more of a sheep, really. And if you he didn't know what he was just let him go, sir.
Your Honor, Exhibit A, look at her creepy eyes. She clearly
She caught
is
me
able
in
to
her days.
Wait, she's got creepy eyes?
That's not that. Yeah,
I thought it was like a
That's part of
sexy
the thing.
gaze.
well,
No.
but now I'm using it against her because now I'm an attorney trying to put her away and get my client off.
He didn't get.
Yeah, get your client off.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? and sit next to him. Put your hand on his lap.
Yeah, is there a tablecloth?
That's right. You can't hide your creepy eyes and your con artist smile.
Objection, Your Honor. There are no tablecloths on my client's table, and I'm trying to get him off over here.
Is that like to cover your hand underneath the table, jacking off? Okay.
It took me a second to reach for that.
You know, I haven't had a lot of hand jobs at weddings. I just tablecloths, table schmoss. That's what we used to say in my house. We never use them.
While this today comes off as batshit crazy, at the time, many people accepted that conjured spirits and hypnotism were good explanations for behaviors like adultery and young women running off with strange men.
Oh, hot.
That would have been good.
Yeah.
This
It was a
argument,
ghost. And your wife was like, cookie.
All right, man. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. But honey, it's not my fault. There was a ghost.
Okay, that's logical.
Okay. Yeah. Well, all right. As long as it doesn't happen again. I'll try, but those ghosts.
You never know. We live in a creepy part of town.
If we don't fuck for like 2 weeks and those ghosts come around and I just...
is that more ghost stick on your collar?
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry,
I'm telling
man.
you, baby, it's haunted. It's haunted. Look at it.
You wanted to move into this house, man.
Yeah.
It's your fault.
This ghost keeps stealing my boners. I don't get it.
Ooh, boner stealing ghosts. That's another good episode idea for crime.
This argument held sway in this case because Betty never admitted her real identity. Instead, she went to trial as Madame de Vere.
So she's like layers deep in this, right? Oh, it's awesome.
So
She's really got him.
Betty Bigley isn't even on trial right now.
Yeah.
Madame de Vere's on trial.
And Betty knows this. She's like, fucking the actual chick is like totally like, she's insulated.
Yeah.
She maintained her psychic ruse even after she was sentenced to 9.5 years in prison.
Oh, shit.
As Madame de Vere, Betty made clairvoyant predictions while behind bars. She predicted the warden would lose $5,000 in a bad business deal.
And he did.
Which he did.
But that's just like a guess, right?
Then she predicted that he would die of cancer, and he did.
No. Are you serious?
What if she was fucking that boy the whole time?
Or she had some sort of tool that could give someone cancer.
Ooh.
Like a radioactive thing. And she's like, he's gonna get cancer. And she's like, she threw the, like the thing from The Simpsons in the back of Homer's hoodie. She's like, he's gonna get cancer soon. And everyone's like, whoa, how would she know that thing? But she knows, right?
Yeah.
She's in jail making these clairvoyant announcements.
Yep. Betty was soon paroled by the governor after serving only 3.5 years of her sentence, presumably so that she wouldn't predict his misfortune as well.
Oh, shit.
Oh, so
It worked out for her.
wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, the governor was like, yeah, no, you just get out. Just
Because
get the fuck.
she's bringing negative. She's like, she's bringing dark spirits.
I don't know if that's why he did it.
Yes,
but I assume
know it's
that's
how
why.
it is. She's bringing dark spirits.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
That I don't remember which president it was, but that governor eventually became the president of the United States. I just can't remember
His
which one it
name
was.
is Donald
Ohio,
Trump.
Grover,
Yeah.
Cleveland? I don't know. Go ahead.
After her
Such
parole,
a fucking awesome name too, Grover Cleveland. I know nothing about that guy, but I love that name. It's very Sesame Street
What
for
is
me.
the fattest president ever or some shit? I think that's what it was.
That's what you can remember.
That's his-
with a PH. I mean, this guy was so ill. You guys, he was the fattest president ever. He just
No,
treated
Trump is now, I think.
Is he?
Yeah. Trump beat him. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
hey, he's a winner.
He is.
After her parole,
He says the word Bigley a lot, so that actually ties in with the story a little
Fuck
bit.
yeah.
Right?
after her parole, Betty
Bigley.
returned to Cleveland.
Jesus fucking Cleveland.
She loves Cleveland,
Cleveland's,
dude.
yeah, it's got something romantic there for
This time under the name Cassie Hoover, using her dead husband's last name.
Why are you named after a vacuum, child? Why don't you come in and you'll see?
I get it.
Yeah. Well, she certainly does suck. That was from Wayne's World.
Rather than return as a psychic, Betty decided to open a brothel.
Oh, yeah.
That's the
And
next-
This
that's
is
the
when we
next
can
step.
all take your cocks out, gentlemen. This
All
is
right.
the first Jackie Circle Jerk podcast.
Terrell's here now.
That's right.
What are we doing? What's the show called?
Sponsored by Fleshlight. Our next episode. No,
Welcome to our new show, These Hoes.
I have to degrade these women. Okay.
Well, I
Sex
mean-
industry's hard enough as it is, Rich.
That's fair. You know what? You're right. I apologize on behalf of all dead prostitutes from 1879. I'm really sorry about
Which
that.
is the same as any death of any year.
I don't buy it.
Yeah, you don't care because it already happened. All
don't
right,
buy
go
it.
on with your story.
In order to mask the criminal nature of her new business, Betty posted the address in the city directory as a boarding house for single women.
Hot.
It was
Still
there
very hot.
that Betty met Leroy Chadwick.
First brother. All right.
Oh, that's what, I just thought it was a funny name, but Rell, as a black person, picked up on it. It's like, all right, I just want to make a note here, just so it gets on the podcast. This guy's black.
Now the story gets good.
A wealthy doctor who was definitely not a brother
Oh, okay.
and recently lost his wife.
Oh, jeez. Way to bring it down, Slaton.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking-
Betty immediately tried to ingratiate herself as a kindly widow running a respectable home for women. Chadwick responded by saying that everyone...
I just want to fuck.
He responds being like, everyone knows this is a brothel.
Okay, yeah. That's great, Betty, but what we're all looking for here is a little pussy, obviously. So you can put your little fucking...
Dost thou have any spare pussy lying about?
Yes, we have plenty of therapeutic therapists here.
How many gold coins might it cost to have, might you say, my cock the sucked?
Oh, you want to be fully analyzed? Yes, 2 gold coins. My girls are
2 gold
licensed.
shillings.
Yeah, shillings for the
Verily,
license.
madam.
That's right. Just come this way, and then they'll show you to come this way. Down the hall.
On learning the news that it was a brothel, Miss Hoover fainted. When she...
Wait, when someone told her her own business was a brothel, she's like, no, it couldn't be.
Yeah, she was like,
I'm surprised.
No.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And when she awoke, she told the doctor that she never would have worked there if she knew, but she hadn't saved enough money to rent a more suitable place.
Dude, I bet Betty was funny as fuck.
She probably was
tell by the
hilarious.
sense of humor to do any of this shit. Like, she had to be funny as fuck.
And she commit.
I'd put her in my top 3 list of who to get drunk with on this show, as long as my wallet was at home and she didn't know my actual name.
Yeah, and yeah. You'd get drunk with this. Would your wife let you get drunk with this lady? I don't think so.
She's kind of gross looking.
Huh? Is she?
This lady, yeah.
But it's in the old days, so you're just drunk
Allison?
on whiskey. You're gonna die from some
You
sort of
didn't
weird...
care about looks back then.
Yeah, you're just like, is the pussy clean?
Yes.
Yeah, have you had a bath?
Do you have the HPV?
Yeah. I was wondering if you've bathed in the last week. I can't smell your pussy from here, so I'm turned on.
Have you cleaned out the squirrels?
What? That's what they used to say? Have you cleaned out the squirrels?
Yes. That's their euphemism for shaving.
Is it really?
No, but I'm
So gullible.
I'm so
I should have been alive at those times. I'm so gullible. Cleaning out the squirrels. Thank you for teaching me, sir.
You would have bought a lot of soap for overpriced amounts.
Oh, that's a good reference.
Call the fuck back, bruh.
Get back with your story, bruh.
Chadwick, being quite the gentleman, invited her to stay at his mansion on Euclid Avenue, a.k.a. Millionaire's Row.
Where's Euclid Avenue?
In Cleveland, it's called Millionaire's Row.
gotta be like 40
and
by now.
Rothschild's people lived there. Like
It's the
former
fancy-
presidents lived. Yeah, it's a fancy. It's the fancy part.
It's
of
like
Cleveland.
that area of New York where John Lennon lived. Where you're like,
Yes.
it's just fancy.
Betty quickly
house looks
made
like a
herself
museum.
useful. Chadwick suffered from rheumatism on his back, so Betty began to give him regular evening massages in his bedroom.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The doctor fell in love with what he described as her
Blowjobs?
compassion.
Okay.
Passion.
Yeah.
CUM-passion.
Yeah, her compassion.
Oh, that
He fell in
sounds
love with her
fucking hot.
compassion.
Woo, is this show supposed to make me so
She's
warm?
like, look, I care about 2 things: scamming people for money and different types of semen.
I hope our listeners are masturbating just from these words. Compassion.
And they were soon married.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Fourth man.
This is fourth, yeah.
Does he know how many times she's been married? Because she's got
I'm
different
not sure
names for
because
so many
she's
of
not
them.
the same.
Yeah.
She's another. No, she knows she's been married at least once because she played herself as a widow.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
There you go. As always, Betty, now known as Cassie Chadwick, spent money with Michael Jackson-like impunity. Wow. But this time it came with a purpose: to impress her new wealthy neighbors. On Christmas Eve, Betty and Leroy went to see a show at the Opera House.
I think he's a brother. I'm sorry. Wait.
When they returned, the doctor discovered that his new wife had replaced nearly every item in the home with a new, more expensive version. There was a pink sofa shaped like a seashell, wall-to-wall Persian rugs, and a $9,000 pipe organ. $9,000 back then is
I
like...
was just going to say,
Yeah.
how much is
Stupid
a
money.
$9,000? That's like a $80,000? No, what's 9?
Let's see, 5,000 was about 90,000. So
Yeah, so we're talking in the hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
So we're talking
Yeah,
about
we're
buying
get-
like
we're getting up
an
there.
instrument that is extremely expensive that like an opera house would be able to afford, and the Rothschilds, as you
She
said.
was still there.
That's
She didn't
it.
leave him yet. She was still
no,
there.
she's kicking it.
So he's coming home and he's like, you're too ugly of a trophy wife to be buying $150,000 fucking guitars. Sorry to break your bubble, my little compassionate lady, but
Do you want to see my compassion collection?
go on with your story.
The new ruby-encrusted silverware wasn't enough, so Betty also bought 8 trays of diamonds and pearls.
Oh, gross.
Just trays. Like, here's my tray of diamonds, my tray of pearls, my stack of elephant tusks. What else do you need? Just piles of
fucking
shit.
gross. I still admire her sense of humor, but fucking gross.
My favorite item.
Get a watch, right? But like, don't get like a tray.
Yeah.
You know? Okay.
Put it on something.
You're gonna spill it and lose it.
Yeah.
It's a tray.
Has anyone seen the tray of gold?
Never.
Is it maybe you dropped it on the floor when I was looking around your apartment, madam?
Maybe it's near the thermos of rubies.
Thermos of rubies?
Yeah, like yeah, I'm impressed. Let's go get a sandwich. You know what I mean? Like, who cares?
My personal favorite item she bought was a chair that played music every time someone sat on it.
What year was this?
That's worth it.
This is like late early 1900s. This might be like 1900 something.
That's worth it.
And people were making chairs that played music when you sat down.
You sat on it and like it'd be like a music box.
She's in her 40s now. She's in her 40s doing this shit.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, so she's a kid at heart.
Late 30s, early 40s, somewhere in that range right now.
That's still young, right, guys?
The neighbors might not have respected her social pedigree, but her
they
spending,
loved her diamond trays. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
her spending started attracting attention, especially when she started handing out gifts.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
People received expensive clothes, jewelry, and even cars. One afternoon,
Cars,
yeah, like some of the first cars, like the original car.
She was giving people fucking cars?
Yeah, she was Elvising all over these motherfuckers.
And her husband knows about this, and he's like, can you please fucking stop this?
My favorite is one afternoon she bought 8 grand pianos and gave them away.
That'll get your attention.
Yeah.
He couldn't have known.
He's broke now, right? She drained him. She drained this man of his cum and his savings.
Yet. He's very rich. I mean, he lives in like the rich dude.
Did he
part
not
of
notice
town.
this shit was going on? Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, he notices what's going on, but you know.
He's probably just like the rest of us, like, dude, my bitch just fucking buying all these pianos. And they're just having a drink, and they're like, yeah, dude, they do that. It's part of life, man.
I've had to tell Mrs. Slaton to stop buying and giving away so many pianos many times, and it's really a sticking point in our relationship.
I get it. I can dig it.
It's
the equivalent today is like if my wife bought a bunch of like IMAX.
and started giving them
And
out.
she just gave them to a bunch of people. Like, what? You bought 12 IMAX?
Theaters?
The 23-inch ones? Like, no.
Can I at least have one of them? You're just gonna use it for pornography.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, your compassion hasn't been around as much lately.
That's right. I still got my cum. You don't have the passion.
Needless to say, she quickly began to burn through her husband's savings. For a while, to cover, she ran small cons in nearby Pennsylvania, all variations on the same theme. She would produce documents that showed she was in line for an inheritance.
Supplemental con income.
Yeah.
She's like, well, my mainstream isn't really doing it for me now, so I got to go to other towns and do like a bunch of little cons.
It's Con Amway.
Yeah.
That's how she goes door to
So
door.
it's not about the money. It's about the hustle.
It's Mary Con.
She
Yeah.
would, let's
Is that a Mary
see.
Kay? That's an old reference. Suburbs.
The money wasn't enough,
in the 90s.
which set the stage for her biggest con yet. In spring of 1902, Betty traveled to New York City, staying at a posh hotel on Fifth Avenue. The hotel was chosen carefully, as it was currently playing host to a friend of her husband's named James Dillon. He was a lawyer, but that wasn't why Betty wanted to find him. Much more important than his legal expertise was his mouth. James Dillon was a notorious gossip.
Oh, so she had a plan. She's going to... Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
Okay.
Betty waited in the lobby until she spied Dillon, then she accidentally bumped into him.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't see you there.
Oh, wow.
She feigned surprise at seeing him.
You're so-and-so, my husband's friend. What are you doing in a place like this?
Just hanging out, just chilling, get drinks at the bar. What's up with you?
I was doing the same. Jeez.
Well, you want to have a fucking, you want to get a Mai Tai? Want to get a Mai Tai? It's cool Mai Tai.
Sure, why not? I can't wait to tell you all about this thing
Then
that I
she
don't want you to
mentioned-
tell anyone about.
Then she mentioned she was in town to visit her father and asked Dillon if he would be her escort to his home.
I'm in town to visit my father. Would you be my escort to visit his home?
I mean, I guess so. You want to call Uber? How do you want to get there?
Yes. You use your iPhone to get a horse and carriage over here.
All right. Gotta wait like 2 seconds, 2 minutes. It's a
What kind of iPhone sounds like that? Like,
It's the first one. It's 1850.
that's true. That's an old iPhone.
Hello,
In all
everybody.
fairness-
My name's Uber.
Yeah, you look at the Uber thing. It's got a picture of the horse and carriage down in the corner.
Like horse is coming. 24 days. It'll be in 24 days.
Like a guy comes up to rides up on another horse to give you the info. Like,
Yeah.
be here in 3 minutes.
A carriage pulls up with a giant wooden mustache. You're like, no, that's not mine. I'm waiting for the
lift. No, that's
waiting for the
fine.
Uber.
This is a very good sketch idea, gentlemen. Any of our listeners that want to use that, we allow you to. That's free property.
They hopped in a carriage and eventually pulled up at 2 East 91st Street, the 4-story mansion of Andrew Carnegie, one of the richest people who ever lived. His fortune equaled what would today be around $309 billion.
Whoa, really?
The current richest person in the world has a little under $80 billion.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Bill Gates is like 80, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do with all that?
Fuck.
You think Bill Gates just fucks?
Yeah.
Anybody else think that like you look
You want to know why I don't think he fucks a lot is because you don't get that much shit done if you're trying to fuck all the
he
time.
doesn't have a sex drive. I bet you Bill Gates has a very very tiny sex drive.
Yeah.
He grew up with money, so he doesn't care for it that much.
You think so? Yeah, he's like I get my
He grew up
pleasures.
with money. Yeah.
He did? I didn't know that.
His father was a dentist. He had money.
I haven't read the... Oh, those dentists always...
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Rell,
stacking
no.
checks.
Bro, that does sound kind of ghetto. His father was a dentist, for Christ's sake. He doesn't know what it's like to want.
You know that Chris Rock joke? I'm one of the best comedians. Mary J. Blige is on my block. Jay-Z, my neighbor, a dentist. Remember that joke?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
They
that's
own
true.
practices.
Ooh,
He
smart.
brings up previous cases of Chris Rock logic to prove things. That's why I love her.
That's how I live my life.
He's like, Your Honor, I'd like to see to it in a bigger, blacker.
Exhibit A.
Yeah. The previous ruling in Bring the Pain actually states right here.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this riff. Can we go on?
Oh wow! All right.
Yeah, that would do.
You're a real
Like I
stickler.
double
You're a
meted
real
that one.
fascist.
You committed. I appreciate
When
that.
Dylan asked who her father was, while Dylan stared wide-eyed as Betty knocked on the doors, went inside and returned half an hour later with a large brown envelope. When Dylan asked quietly, when Dylan asked who her father was, she accidentally spilled the contents of the envelope, which included $5 million in securities and nearly another $1 million in promissory notes signed by Andrew Carnegie himself.
What the fuck?
Okay, so explain to me exactly what's happening right now.
She conned the richest man in the world.
They
Well,
were talking.
yeah.
Okay, they were
And
talking
she-
at the restaurant or at the bar.
And she's like, "Hey, will you escort me to my my father's house?
Okay,
really quick."
So then she goes and
She has him wait in the carriage outside of this mansion where he's like, "We're at Andrew Carnegie's place. What the fuck's going on?"
Yeah, okay,
She
this-
goes inside, comes back out with an envelope, and when he's like, "Who's your dad?" she accidentally spills the envelope everywhere, and in it is $5 million in securities and some promissory notes signed by Andrew Carnegie.
okay.
So just hold your horses.
So she like walked out, pretending like she went inside, and then like kind of snuck around the corner and was like, "I just went in real quick."
Oh no, she went inside.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
But how'd she get inside the Carnegie?
Oh, just
She's like,
let me M. Night Shyamalan this motherfucker real quick.
all right, Suge Knight McMillan, go on.
She told Dylan that she was, in fact, the illegitimate daughter of the richest man in the world, who was supporting her to keep her out of the papers, and that she stood to inherit hundreds of millions. She begged Dylan to keep her secret, knowing that the blabbermouth would soon tell everyone.
smart.
She's got this.
In
whole thing.
reality, she had entered the home by requesting the references for a servant named Hilda Schmidt, who Betty claimed had been previously employed by the Carnegies. But there was no Hilda Schmidt. Betty had simply made her up.
That's a great name, Betty. I gotta give Betty a ghost high five for that.
Right?
That's just fucking Hilda Schmidt. Hi, I'm looking for Hilda Schmidt. No Schmidt here.
But the ruse worked perfectly as it took the staff enough time to double and triple check their records that it appeared Betty was there for a social visit. So she goes in with a plan. She's like...
She's at the front desk, basically. Like they let her inside the house.
Yeah, they let her inside the house. So to the dude hanging out in the carriage, he sees her go into the house and hang out for like half an hour, which is totally long enough for like a social call.
Totally.
But she's just in there in the lobby.
in the waiting room. Yeah. That's like if you did it to a doctor's office. And like, yep, just had to work on a patient. You were just waiting at the doctor's office.
She's in there just hanging out.
She's in there hanging
Really
out
good
while the staff of the place is going, "Do you guys know a Hilda Schmidt? Anybody here remember Hilda Schmidt? She says she used to work here, but I don't remember her."
Sorry, lady, never heard of her. Wrong house.
Would you check again really quickly? I've only been here for 10 minutes.
and they didn't find it.
Yeah, well, because there was no Hilda Schmidt.
It's like if she made a
So-
Chester
so
von
she-
Schnickeldockel, and then they're like, "Oh, let me look through the files." It took them a half an hour. Like, nah, no Schnickeldockel here. She's like, "Oh, sorry, must have been a mistake."
Okay.
But what it would look like to the guy waiting in the carriage is
shit,
like,
she's hanging
this bitch
out.
is hanging out with Carnegie.
She's doing optics, right? And then so she comes back out. She'd had the envelope already like under her jacket.
Oh, fuck.
And so she comes back out, like before she opens the door, she takes the thing out and she's like, "Oh, look, here's my envelope that I didn't have when I walked in that I clearly just got from Andrew Carnegie." Betty's plan worked perfectly, and soon everyone was quietly whispering about her fake parentage, courtesy of James Dillon. Now getting money was easy. Armed with her forged documents and the widely accepted rumors of her birth, Betty began an elaborate shell game involving dozens of banks.
So it worked just like she planned. She's like, he's going to go tell everybody, and then my credibility is going to go up, and I'm going to be able to borrow a bunch of fake money anyways.
Wow.
Now check this out. This is the crazy part of what she did. She
better be
would get a
crazy.
loan from one bank. She'd get a loan from one bank, then use some of the money to pay off part of a loan from another bank, and then keep doing that and doing that and doing that. Essentially running like an
just moving the money
like a
around.
bank-sized Ponzi scheme, paying off loans from banks using bigger loans from bigger banks.
Yeah.
So she gets like a $10,000 loan, then goes to a bank and goes, well, look at these notes and all this cash I have. Wow. Can I get a bigger loan from you? Because clearly I'm worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
And they don't know she has a loan already, so they give her a loan for 20. She pays off the 10, uses that 20 to get a loan for 40.
Dude, she's fucking genius.
Oh yeah.
Does that still work? Can we do that? Is that something?
Yes, that's what that is what Bernie Madoff was.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Bernie Madoff.
Would take your money and pay off his other clients who he cared more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep taking money.
Yeah, it's a Ponzi scheme. Basically, the whole idea of it is, you invest in my company, I'll give you a 10 time return, and then all you do is you get new investors and you use their investment money to pay off the original person and hope it keeps going long enough before you get caught or you never get caught.
Interesting.
He had plenty of money. He should have left a long time ago.
Yeah. The banks, happy to get business from a Carnegie, were eager participants. Many signed off on her loans without even inspecting her forged documents.
Just because they're like, she's a Carnegie. Because they were so dumb that they're just like, no one would lie about something so serious as who your parents are.
But she got the rumor mill, so no one ever got it from her.
Yeah.
The rumor mill was saying she was a Carnegie.
Yeah.
You know?
So it just, her credibility
that
was...
kid who said he was Eddie Murphy's son. Remember that kid?
Oh, yeah. I remember
He
that,
was
dude.
getting spots because we just thought he was Eddie Murphy's son.
It wasn't?
Not in the least.
He was
he was
getting spots and gigs and everything.
one time he was here at the Comedy Store at the cover booth back in the old days of Tommy, and he's trying to talk Tommy up about how he's Eddie Murphy's son, and Paulie walks up and goes, "Hey, dude, so you're Eddie's kid? So where does he live then? Because I've been there and I've never seen you, bro."
Yeah.
Just straight called him out on it.
But he said he was like illegitimate. Like Eddie back in the 80s fucked my mother and had me. And that's believable. Eddie was probably getting a lot of pussy.
Was he?
Yeah. Eddie Murphy, 20. Yeah. So who wouldn't believe it? Like, yeah, Eddie probably has 10 kids out there. That's what we thought. And he looked like Eddie too. So we like, all right.
That's crazy. That's probably how he came up with the idea. He's probably looking in the mirror one day. He's like, yeah, I kind of look like Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
This might work.
Charles, that was a terrible Eddie laugh.
I think,
I tried.
That's pretty bad.
If you tried to say you were Eddie Murphy's son, like, no, I'm Eddie Murphy's son.
Dude, that's how I'm gonna make it in this business. I'm Eddie Murphy's son from now on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get your 2 gigs, bro.
I'm Rich Murphy. Charles Beckwith, president of Citizens National Bank, loaned her 4 times the entire worth of the bank, plus another $100,000 of his own money.
He's excited. He's like, I'm going into business with Carnegie. So people's greed got in the way of their own better judgment.
All these
here.
banks also gave her really high interest rates, which she didn't give a shit about, and they thought it was because she was just a dumb rich chick. But really,
they're
it's because
excited, like, I'll give you the $1 million. You're gonna pay 30% on it.
Yeah.
They thought they were going to get something off of it. So fuck them.
Yeah. No, everyone, dude, a lot of these things end up being just like everyone's trying to be greedy.
Yeah.
That's not true. Some of these people are genuinely they're
On the small levels, the banks now.
Yeah. But this time, Betty appeared to have learned from the generosity of her fake father, and she donated most of the money to various charities.
Oh, Betty. Betty, you're so sweet.
Definitely did not do that. Of course not.
You made that up.
Yeah.
Why would you con us right now?
It's called a left turn. He's
Yeah,
practicing the art that she's teaching while reading this.
She used the money to buy diamond necklaces, enough clothes for 30 closets, and a gold organ.
Dude,
Yeah.
this chick wastes cash.
Yeah.
Like water, a gold organ.
I can't. The biggest surprise of this whole story to me is that she never bought a tiger. That seems to me to be like the thing you do.
This is an exotic animal that's almost impossible to take
When
care
you
of.
have tons of money, you buy a tiger.
I wouldn't buy a tiger.
I'd buy a tiger.
You would?
Yeah.
Michael had bubbles. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
It's what you do when you're rich. You buy stupid shit like tigers and llamas.
Rell's a boxing fan.
How do you
Of course he would buy a tiger.
A tiger,
I'm trying to buy a tiger now. And I'm only on 7 out of 13 episodes. So.
That's still pretty good, folks. In case you're just tuning in, this man is on TV. Okay, he's buying exotic pets.
Rell walks in. He's like, "Can I finance a tiger? Like, what's the payment schedule?"
Where do I keep it?
Betty's House of Cards.
Where do you keep a tiger? I have 2 little cats, and they're really. I mean, they jump on everything. Like, I can't imagine having
In the bathroom?
Huh?
Betty's House of Cards.
A reference to Hangover in the bathroom. Hangover reference, folks. It's a huge movie. If you have never heard of it, go ahead and check it out.
Betty's House of Cards built higher and higher until it all came crashing down in November of 1904.
She made it into the 1900s.
An
20th
investment banker
century.
from Massachusetts checked up on his loan to Betty and was shocked to discover the precariously balanced collection of debts equaling somewhere between $10 and $20 million.
Damn, back then.
Back then, stacks
So
of
she
money.
is one of the hugest con artists in history.
She's pretty big.
This is crazy.
She's no Gregor McGregor,
Gregor McGregor was
Gregor McGregor was next level.
from Clan McGregor.
Gregor McGregor of Clan Gregor. Oh, no. He called in his check on his loan, but Betty claimed her money was tied up at one of the other many banks. So the investment banker walked over to the bank and asked to see the records. When the bank had none, he got a warrant for her arrest. Betty tried to run, but
The investment banker got a warrant?
he went to the cops, said, "Hey, she's frauding people," and got them to get a warrant and went with cops to go arrest her.
Like to press charges. Okay.
But she skips town. She was caught soon after at an
In
upscale
Cleveland!
hotel in New York.
That's where I would have looked.
At the time of her arrest, she was wearing a money belt containing $100,000 in cash.
Wow. Hey, man. You never know you got to run.
Now, one of the things that I don't really get into it in the story a lot, but apparently she had like weird little cash stashes all over the country.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when she was on the run, she'd just be like, there's $100,000 I just threw away. Yeah.
She knew she was going to get caught. She did that. Okay.
At first, the bankers were in denial.
All I think about is how much food I'd get. I'd be like, if I just had cash laying around, I'd be like, sushi, please. Like everywhere. Can I get some more sushi, please? Like, I'd be like, where's this guy get all this sushi money?
At first, the bankers were in denial. Many defended her, saying that she was a victim of swindlers trying to cheat her out of her money. Even Charles Beckwith, whose bank had now collapsed under the weight of the scam, visited her in jail. But it didn't take long for everyone to realize they'd been had.
So he still was kind of with it for a little bit.
For a while, yeah, he was like, you ruined me. Like this is a
But I think
paraphrase
there's a
quote.
misunderstanding.
Yes,
Right?
Yeah, he defended her for a while, and he even once she was already been found out, he was
I
like,
bet you she was charming, dude. I bet you she was cool.
Of
in
course,
some
you
way.
can't live that kind of life this long and not be.
Yeah, so even finding out that she fucked over you like without a care in the world, you still might be like, this can't be. You're too fun.
Yeah.
You're too funny.
most of these people have some level of charisma or at least manipulative skills of some sort.
Well, of course she has
Yeah.
manipulative skills. Say that again 10 times.
Manipulative skills.
Manipulative deals. And what's
Yeah.
the other one? What was the other one that was really hard to do?
Oh, something philanthropist.
Friendly philanthropist?
Friendly philanthropist.
Manipulative skills, friendly philanthropist. Manipulative skills, friendly
I can't
philanthropist.
wait until we switch up and you do an episode or
I'm
two
not
and
going
I
to
get
do
to
it now
talk
if you're
shit
going to try
about
to
the
hurt
way
me.
you...
Now I know not to fucking relinquish
giant-
control.
You dick.
You keep driving the boat. I'll make sure you don't crash into a little island.
Let's see. At trial, Betty continued to compulsively lie. She insisted that much of the case was built on false rumors. Quote, "It has been said repeatedly that I had asserted that Andrew Carnegie was my father.
I would never.
I deny that, and I deny it absolutely."
That's true. She never said it. Somebody else did.
Yeah, she never said it. She just like had paper. She just let everyone else believe it.
Yeah.
Her defense attorneys tried to paint the case as the big evil banks picking on the poor defenseless woman. But the evidence against Betty was too great. Not only did they have the forged notes from Andrew Carnegie, but they had the man himself.
Oh, shit.
Never seen him before.
The richest man on earth wanted to see the woman who'd conned the world into thinking she was his heir. He got a chance to examine the promissory notes. Afterwards, he said, quote, "If anybody had seen this paper and then really believed that I'd drawn it up and signed it, I could hardly have been flattered," as he pointed out numerous errors in spelling and punctuation.
She spells two with one O, and then the one that needs to be with two O's, she spells. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be embarrassed too.
Yeah, right? In fact,
guessing.
he claimed that he hadn't signed a promissory note in over 30 years and that the whole thing could have been prevented if someone had simply asked him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the funniest part about it. Someone has been like, "Hey, will you guys check to see if Andrew Carnegie has like a daughter that we didn't know about before?"
Well, who's going to question
Yeah,
that?
but honestly though, like I'd be sitting there, I'd be the like, motherfucker, if you weren't so fucking intimidating, you richest man in the world, I would have
point.
fucking said something. But the last time I asked you a question about that shit, you blew up at me. I've had so many bosses that like would be like, if someone would have just asked, it's like, yeah, the last couple times that we fucking asked you anything, you fucking had tantrums at us. So we learned not to ask you because you have tantrums. You go, you should already know that. So now we're just like, well, and
Who's going to question Steve Jobs?
right?
Really?
Exactly, right? You got a fascist, you go Hitler, whatever you say. Actually,
I
no,
want
that's
to
a really
question
bad
Bill
example.
Gates about his
You killed
fucking
Hitler.
schedule. That's what I
Yeah.
want to do now.
Yeah.
Hey, like I go to a tech conference. He's like, "We've now unveiled the new AI computer." Hey, Mr. Gates, do you smash still?
Yeah. My friend and I were just wondering, how many nuts do you bust per week? And how?
What device have you invented to come?
You go to Bill Gates' house and he has one of those a wall that's all screens. So when you walk, the screen follows him and it's just porn the entire time. He just walks around his house 24/7.
Is that how it goes? The screen follows you while you walk?
Yeah.
I don't know if he has that, but I know that that's a
The
thing.
temperature
people-
changes whoever's in the room.
I can understand that. I'd
Oh
fuck
yeah,
around.
you wear.
know.
I do know that you wear like these bracelets when you're at his compound that are all
the-
coded to your shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. I'd be like,
It's like
I just wanna-
passengers.
But isn't that weird if you had like stuff that codes to you and
Why
customizes?
didn't we all have that?
Because listen, Rell,
Because it's coming.
You actually learn.
should've
You
already
actually
been
learn
here.
and grow from not being predicted by the computer all the time. Like when Netflix tries to tell me stuff it thinks I'm gonna like, I'm like, no, I want to get outside my box. I already know I'm gonna like these fucking Anthony Bourdain shows. I want to see some shit I didn't know I wanted to see. Netflix.
For me, Netflix is pretty accurate.
Okay, well that's where we differ. I also like to phone call instead of texting. I guess I'm the weirdo though. I'm the weirdo. I'm the guy that's like, I don't want iTunes to tell me what I like to listen to. Okay.
When I get home, my phone tells my lights to turn on themselves.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's not so bad though.
Yeah.
But I like the choice of like,
we're coming along. We're coming along.
You just want to.
Yeah.
You see what's up?
You just want to make me sad.
The jury deliberated for 5 hours and returned with a verdict of
Guilty!
Yep, we
Yeah,
called this one.
that's right.
For 7 counts of conspiracy, she was given 14 years in prison.
Which today's equivalent is actually still 14 years.
She started her sentence in January of 1906, where the warden allowed her to keep many of her fine things: animal skin rugs, nice clothes, and comfortable furniture.
Oh, she's like a Pablo Escobar
Because
character, huh? Yeah.
at this time in history, if you went to prison but you were rich, a lot of the times they just were like, well, you are still rich, so you can be rich.
Yeah,
in
we don't want to
prison.
be cruel to you. Unnecessary punishment. You're rich. You're not a poor, scummy loser.
Let's not act like Martha Stewart ate porridge. I mean, yeah, you go to jail, but some jails are better than others.
It's true.
Jail in a good neighborhood.
But the cushy prison digs weren't enough to help Betty keep it together. On October 10th, 1907, Betty died on her 50th birthday. In the end, Betty had estimated debts ranging from $1 to $5 million, which today would be between $25 and $130 million. But creditors received only about 2 cents on the dollar in restitution. Her husband, her fourth husband, Dr. Chadwick, divorced her and declared bankruptcy. Leroy Chadwick divorced her and declared bankruptcy. All he had after his marriage was $75 in assets, the total value of his medical books and office furniture.
Oh, man. She just fucking wiped the poor dude out.
I ain't saying she's a
assuming
gold
he's a poor
digger.
dude. He might have been yeah. Oh, but she ain't broken with some. Yeah.
Hey,
okay.
she lived though, bro.
At what cost, though, Rell?
Back in those days, that's living.
Oh, I'm sure. You know.
It's one of those things. Would you take just 50 years, but to live this life?
No, not me.
You wouldn't. 'Cause you're a good person.
Yeah,
most
thanks,
people.
Rell, that's very sweet. But seriously.
Now, Rell,
Yeah.
You would not.
let's not forget she was blind. She was speech impediment. She was deaf.
A little deaf, yeah.
She had like a chip on her shoulder.
Yeah.
and she freaking made it.
She went hard.
She went hard.
Yeah, started at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? This is now 2 great rap references I've made back to back, spanning decades.
Really great.
Yeah.
Really great of you to do.
That's what I do. I got.
This is a rap centric.
I need to get one from 2017 so I can really like balance it out, but I don't have any because
They
I stopped
still make
listening.
rap this era.
No, it's just guys who can't say words, just going.
I heard that Run the Jewels thing was pretty good.
That's the shit.
I'm
pretty
a fan
awesome.
of LP. So
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, someone. People. There's Coach T keeps asking me, "Hey, how's Killer Mike doing?" Every time he sees me, because he thinks I look like LP.
You do.
Yeah.
You look just like LP. Actually.
Yeah.
Does he really?
You look, the guy,
I don't know what LP looks like.
If Ed was at all willing to participate in anything for Halloween, I would have him go as Run the Jewels, Killer Mike, and LP. But he wouldn't ever do a thing.
Why?
So, because he objects to things.
Ed doesn't like doing things.
Yeah,
That's not fun.
Breathing in video games. That's pretty much all Ed likes.
comedy.
That was a weird
Basketball.
fucking story, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
and-
That's what the stories are like on the show, man. We get into some crazy stuff.
That'd be a good movie.
Every one of these, that's
Yeah.
the most common thing our guests say is they're like, this would be a good movie. We're like, yeah, these are all
They're all great movies. Criminals are fascinating, dude.
Yeah.
And some of them are,
This would be like a good television show for Netflix, actually, because it's so long.
let's pitch it.
Yeah, let's do it right now.
Let's do it. You could have a whole series, at least
They-
a full season of Betty.
Oh, easily.
You just have to cast like I'm trying to think, Melissa McCarthy or
Who's that chick
you know she's a
from a
big
league
girl?
of their own?
no, I'm just thinking of random
Gina
actresses.
Davis?
No,
Rosie
the
O'Donnell.
one who had the super intense face, the ugly one, quote unquote, from League of Their Own. You know what I'm talking about? They're making the team. There's the girl. They go to this gym
Rosie
and this girl's
O'Donnell?
like hitting. No, not Rosie O'Donnell, because Rosie O'Donnell was Madonna's sidekick in that
Yeah.
movie. But they go to this gym and some girls like cracking home runs and they're like, cool. And then John Lovitz walks in and goes like, I'm recruiting for the baseball team. Let's see your face, honey. And she pulls up her hat and she's kind of busted. And he's like, well, nice meeting you. And as he walks out, Gina Davis and the other girl are like, you're not going to take her because she's ugly? We're going to stand our ground and make sure she makes the team. I'm going to edit all of this out because
Yeah,
no
I
one
don't-
cares
I don't
about the
know.
plot.
No, you have to. You have to edit a lot of this out, but still.
No one cares about the plot of that ridiculous. Yeah.
That's a,
Tom Hanks.
My wife loves that movie. That's a very important woman.
It was one of like the 5 or 15 whatever VHSs my grandpa had at his house in Montana when I was a kid.
Great movie though.
Yeah.
There's no crying in baseball. No. Okay.
All right. So when you want to cut back in, do you want to review the episode? Real quick,
you gave me like a nice little edit note right there. So this is an absolutely. I'll give you one more.
I'll just count to 3 so you have a little space.
Cool. So let's just recap here. She's born in Canada. She's a little bit deaf. Speech impediment.
She's a little bit deaf. I'm a little bit deaf. She got a speech impediment.
I'm a little bit blind
She's
too.
been scamming and doing like con artist stuff.
Together we make a full person.
She's like a 10-year-old like copying signatures and be like, oh dude, they're like lying to people.
She starts
for fun.
scamming right out the
And then
early.
she just moves around. She goes around the country like just marrying dudes as a psychic and all this stuff.
She preys on gullible people.
On gullible psychic customers.
Stacks checks like crazy.
Yes.
Right.
Spends money.
Taking out loans.
Dude, my other thing, I just want to see like the full ledger of what she spent money on.
Well, you listed off some of her crazy stuff. She bought like a golden or like a what do you call it? Organ?
A gold organ.
The handing out grand pianos is pretty gangster shit.
Yeah.
That's hilarious,
To
right?
me, that's almost as big as the McCarthy, the Andrew whatever shit. That's just pretty.
That's all.
gangster.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, she would just buy people. There was a clerk at a department store she liked a lot, and so for his wedding, she got him a car, a piano, and like a bunch of suits, and his wife a bunch of
Whatever
dresses
happened
and
to a
shit.
fruitcake? You know, something simple to give to people.
Oh, the actual fruitcake? Yeah, no, that's not showy-offy enough for her.
it's not.
So she went from that all the way building up to her biggest scam, which was figuring out how to get a socialite gossiper to spread a rumor for her to get her credibility up to be one of the richest people in the world, heiress to one of the richest people in the world. Then she got, because of that credibility, a bunch of loans and crazy stuff, but then got caught up in that eventually. Yeah. Because it just got too big and there's nowhere to go eventually.
I always wonder like why she never skipped town. Like why she was never like, because
she
got enough
loved it.
cash, let's go to Florida.
No, she's the cat and mouse chase. She loved the fun of like have you ever stolen anything from a grocery store, like a candy bar?
No, I'm
Me neither.
kind of square that way.
She
Me
knew
neither.
the
Wink,
people
wink.
she knew those people.
But when you were a kid, did you ever steal like candy from a grocery store or like a
Never
Star
stole.
Wars action figure or anything like that?
The only time I've ever come close to stealing is when I was at Costco and there was a DVD in my cart and I put a case of water on top and I forgot about it.
And then you left and you're like, oh, I didn't pay for this DVD. And you're like, whatever.
Yeah, that's the only time
Did
I've...
you go back?
No, I didn't go back.
Oh.
But the DVD didn't work.
crime.
And I was kind of like, that's my penance. Is
That's
the DVD
God.
doesn't actually
That's
work.
God right
Yep.
there.
Yeah, that's how you think God's right
think
there?
God doing
That's
that.
One time
hilarious.
during Passover, I forgot that it was Passover, and I was in high school, and I went and got a bunch of those like little white package of donuts from the vending machine.
Oh, I know what
And
you're
I
talking about.
immediately got sick, and I was like, "Shit, Passover's real."
That's not real.
God, bro.
You think
Yeah.
God would teach you a lesson like that, but
God.
then allow like all the bad stuff that made those donuts get to you? Like a bunch of nasty stuff happened so you could get those donuts. Come on now.
Those are
Dang.
blood donuts. Some kid in Sierra Leone had to dig those donuts out from.
You want to tie a
muddy
bunch
pit.
of lines to this thing? Yeah, you get back into fossil fuels, how the fucking car was made, who did this and that. You think God's not keeping track of that shit?
Ain't nothing but God, bro.
You think God's not like,
Nah.
how the diamonds get to
Bruh,
the guy who bought
God cares about two things: bread and how often you beat off. That's it.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
weird. That's a weird God.
Yeah.
So that God's probably beaten off too.
Yeah, I mean, that's why he cares so much.
That's right. He's like, yeah, you shouldn't beat off, but if you do, I'm gonna watch.
Just let me
you."
know.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch.
No donuts.
So she built it all the way up. She built her scheme up to where
Yep.
it just couldn't. It had to implode on itself.
yeah.
And then
She
that was it.
She got fucking
But
loans.
in
from-
her defense, she reached the richest man in the world.
Yeah, she got the
She
that
went
level.
from signatures to the richest man in the world.
Yeah.
that she never really had to even interact with. She just kind of like made it look like she interacted with him. So he was like, the whole thing was a surprise to him. Like, wait, what's going on?
Her rise was
He's
almost
like in the
as-
middle of strangling like a prostitute. He's like, they're like, sir, we have a
Mr.
meeting.
McCarthy, you have a meeting. Oh, my Sundays are ruined.
Yeah.
Like, yo, so-
I'll be with you in a moment. All right, put the body down the drain, and I'll be.
yeah.
Her rise was almost as mediocre as the rise of this podcast has been.
That's right.
You can get more of it on Patreon with the bonus episodes.
Oh yeah, dude, you're gonna have to check out these bonus episodes.
Our sources today include Smithsonian Magazine, StrangeHistory.org, a book by Alan F. Dutka called Misfortune in Cleveland's Millionaires Row, and of course,
That's a really
the
long
evil
title.
robots at Wikipedia.
Evil. They're
Evil,
trying to
evil
trick us
robots.
into things.
Yeah.
Rel, where can people find you, man?
Nowhere, bro. I got nothing going on, son.
So humble that he just flipped a 180 on what's really going on.
You can find Rel in the Comedy Store parking lot arguing about sports.
Probably. Actually,
95% of our conversations have been a sports
that's
argument.
more consistent of my schedule with the Contra Parlor arguing.
Tell people about your show.
Yeah, what time's the show on? What time?
The show
Superior
is,
Donuts, folks.
It's on Mondays at 9 o'clock.
9 p.m.
6 o'clock.
What network?
No. Yeah, 9 o'clock. It's on CBS, Central Broadcasting System.
CBS.
And it's, it's on TV.
You can find the show on social media at CrimePod. You can also email us, crimepodcast@gmail.com. Send us story ideas, questions you have,
Don't say
dick
it.
pics.
Don't say it.
What,
Dick
like,
pics.
label
Say
them John Shefsky,
dare
obviously.
you.
Dick pics, really? Crime
No,
story.
Rell, don't do that.
Yeah, he's been all about it.
He's gonna pay for this riff one day somehow.
We got you in 2017.
I'm gonna get you drunk and have a male prostitute fuck you. That's how I pay back. That's for all those dick pics, Rich. And you'll be like, thanks, man.
You know what's funny, too, is I have a filter on the email that whenever the word dick is in the email, it just forwards directly to your email.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Not yet, but it's gonna be. I'm gonna go.
Can
put
you do
together.
that?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my
I
damnedest.
hate you.
Guys,
But I love
thanks
you.
for
I love you,
listening.
though.
I love you.
I just want to end on a love.
Oh man.
All right. I love
Bye,
you.
Robot.
Love you, Rell. Thank
love
you for
both
doing
of you
this.
guys. Thank
We
you guys
love
for having me,
Thank you
man.
so much. You're
Appreciate it.
awesome. Thanks for listening, guys.
Bye, robot.
A bisexual robot.